I wanted to make this video because I had made 2 previous videos talking about how my SMA has been, how I was struggling for a while, how it was slightly concerning because I haven't felt that fatigued in a very long time. And I wanted to make an updated video because I had just received my Spinraza injection, and I want to document and talk about how I am currently feeling now in the present after the injection. Before, to go back for a second, before I had received my injection, I was struggling quite a bit. Now, the thing I had to ask myself, is it really your SMA, or could it possibly be other things? So I had to take a lot of other factors and possibilities and bring it into the equation. And for me, and I'll give you an example as to what it is I mean here. So for example, I was on and off feeling under the weather with my respiratory. Respiratory is my breathing, my lungs, things like that. So I was struggling for a bit with my respiratory. And so because I was on and off feeling under the weather, I had to take into an account that just like anyone, when they're feeling under the weather and they're not feeling 100% their best, or 100% at their healthiest or at their normal, you are going to feel sluggish, fatigued, tired, things like that, right? That's just with anyone, whether you have a disability or not, right? So I had to factor that into equation. Okay, Vic, so is it really your SMA that is making you fatigue? Okay, yes, it is a possibility. You are getting older. That is a huge possibility. Okay, again, I was feeling under the weather. Can you feeling under the weather make you fatigued, make you be feeling the way how you're feeling? Yes. Okay. What else? Sleep. Have you been sleeping? And I had to answer that. And I had to factor in and take a lot of different things into account, and again, bring it into the equation and overall give myself the answer. So for me, the way I was feeling with my SMA was concerning. And I say my SMA because I'm talking about like my mobility with my fatigueness. And I was struggling for quite a bit, and I had to adapt to a lot of my normal daily routines and living in ways that I haven't had to adapt in a very, very long time. So because I had to adapt to certain things, like brushing my teeth, feeding myself, picking up a cup, even handling my phone became a really big challenge. Operating my computer became a really big challenge because it takes some form of strength to pick up this hand, for example. For some, this comes effortlessly, right? For me, it becomes a bit more challenging. Now, this isn't the greatest example, it's just the closest thing to me. But let's just say if this was a little bit heavier, now it becomes much more effort to pick this up. Now, to put in perspective as to how my fatigueness feels, is just picture, move your hand up and down, okay? And it's normal, it's effortlessly. And picture you maybe having a 5-pound weight on your wrist. Now try moving your hand. You're going to feel that weight, potentially, right? Depending on how strong you are, just picture a stronger weight, and you're going to feel that weight in the struggle. So, and of course, in the very beginning, it might not be that much of a big deal, but maybe do that for an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours. What happens? It's going to be a lot harder to move your hand, right, with this weight. That's how it feels. That's like the best or the closest analogy that I can think of to explain how it feels when I talk about my fatigueness. And I can't speak for everyone with SMA. I am just talking about my own personal experience and my own perspective. I guess, yeah, not really perspective, and my own way of explaining how it feels. That's like the closest thing I can explain it. Anyhow, so how am I feeling after the injection? So before the injection, I was struggling a bit, and it was concerning, because again, I haven't felt that way in a very long time. So after the injection, again, this was before the injection, so now let's fast forward to after the injection, after my Spinraza injection. How am I feeling? I am feeling a huge significance, a huge progress that I am very fortunate to be feeling how I am feeling. Very, very fortunate for that. Because again, I was not really concerned. I guess concerned is probably a good word. Concerned for a little bit. However, I know it's a possibility, so it's you have to accept certain things. Though you have to accept the cards you're dealt, and you just have to play your hand in the best way that you know. Anyhow, so how am I feeling? How am I feeling after the injection? I am feeling, again, huge significance. I am feeling progress, feeling great, feeling a lot better, which is a really, really good thing. These past few days, I woke up a little bit congested, but nothing too concerning. I'm feeling a lot better today. I'm able to brush my teeth a lot better, feed myself a lot better, handle my phone a lot better. I'm able to be on the computer a lot more, or operate my computer the way I would like without so much restriction. And yeah, so I wanted to document this video and again, make an updated video on how I am feeling after the injection. Now, someone had asked me this before, and as I was thinking about making this video, I reflected off of that person, and I wanted to mention this in the video as well. Now, after I received the injection, do I instantly feel, or how did they said, after you receive the injection, how long does it take for you to feel the effects or the benefits of it? Now, when they had asked me that, I said, it takes about a few days, maybe a few weeks. Okay. Now, I didn't take into account, am I or am I not feeling under the weather during that time frame? Because again, that's going to play a factor. Because that's going to play a factor if you're feeling under the weather. You're going to feel fatigued. And just like anyone, when they're feeling under the weather, they're going to feel fatigued, sluggish, tired, drained, they're going to feel like they have to recharge in a sense. For me, and I thought about it because I never really focused on it. I never really paid attention to it. After this injection, I would say it's like about the following day, I was seeing the progress. I was feeling the improvement. I was feeling a lot better. I was feeling the progress and the improvement after the next day, the following day. And so I wanted to document that too and mention that as well. And yeah, after the injection, nothing abnormal. It's always a headache. These headaches have been a little bit more these past few days, but nothing abnormal or too concerning. I've had worse headaches after the injection, which is a side effect, and it is expected. And yeah, I wanted to document that and mention that as well. But yeah, so I'm feeling a lot better after the injection. Again, I was struggling for a bit. It was concerning. Again, I had to factor in a lot of different possibilities, take that and take other things into consideration. And yeah, and two, if you're not spiritual, this part's not going to be for you. But if you are spiritual, even two, prayed a lot. I said a lot. And not only did I pray, I held the faith that it is possible that tomorrow could be better. And that faith happened to pay off because that tomorrow, I did feel better. I wanted to mention that as well. I love you. I appreciate you. And remember, grow through what you go through. Much love.